Hey, we're at episode 8 on a late, I was going to say Friday night, Sunday night.
Sunday night, yeah.
Episode 8. We're going to have 2 topics today, okay? It's not going to be the old traditional 5-6.
We're going in depth here.
In depth,
yeah.
We're feeling pretty good, too. You're feeling good.
I am not feeling good.
That.
I got roughed up tonight, dude. I'm feeling old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This might be my last year of
You
softball.
fell
man.
out of the batter's box.
Yeah. First of all, I got helped up from the catcher who I ran over earlier. That's another story. And got called out. But I looked at the ump and I said, "Man, I always think about running before thinking about hitting the ball."
That'll happen.
That was pretty embarrassing, though.
Yeah.
All right. Actually, a couple fun announcements before we even get to the topics.
Sure.
We got 22 shirts coming.
Mhm.
Should be delivered, I would say, hopefully by tomorrow.
Yeah. Are they the same or?
Yeah. I guess I don't have the same shirt on. Right there. It's a little different coloring in the logo,
Okay.
but 22 shirts are on their way. I'm still waiting for those bumper stickers. We got Next Up
I
Sports
forgot about
Talk
those.
bumper stickers with our website.
Yeah.
Honestly, we're gonna have a bunch of prizes to hand out for our first live show. It's gonna be fun. Like
I can't
tons
wait.
of stuff.
Big trivia night. that
It's
night
gonna be
also.
really fun. Still trying to figure out, and we'll talk about this later. The layout of it. Do we want to do like Jeopardy style? Like
You know what?
Family Feud.
You know what?
style?
Send us what you guys think, and we can try to incorporate that into the first live
I could
show.
care less about whatever we're doing at that show. All I care about is ordering some more of that food that we got there. That was amazing, dude. They got some really, really good food.
Really good food.
Really good.
And drinks, of course.
Drinks, of course. Yep.
Yeah, but give us your opinions on how we should do, like, ideas on just the setup of the show, or the trivia.
Yeah.
Also, big thing, do you want to be in groups that you pick or random groups? I honestly think it'd be cool to do random groups, but it's going to be tricky to have people change seats and stuff like that.
True.
Or, you could we can discuss this by ourselves, but single tables. You can sit with your friends, but when we draw numbers, if we do random groups, you go up to the podium, the mic, to give your answer, and your team would go together. So you can still sit by your friends, but there's so many different ways. But I'm excited.
We'll figure it out.
Figure it out. On to the NBA Finals. Well, conference
Crazy
finals.
shot tonight.
It was
though.
insane. Absolutely insane.
I honestly have never seen anything like that.
Yeah, Kawhi.
Seemed like 5 minutes when it hit the rim until it went through the basket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy shot. Clutch.
Yeah.
Very clutch.
Yeah, Kawhi, the thing is, after the game, Skip Bayless, I guess we can get in this. I retweeted this. What did he say? He's like,
That is the luckiest shot I have
luckiest shot.
ever seen. It's like,
And he said for the worst guy ever.
for the worst
So he
guy
basically
ever,
he hates Kawhi.
why? Why does he hate Kawhi? And second of all,
Skip is
Kawhi, this is his revenge season.
You know what Kawhi's thinking right now? He could care less about that Skip Bayless. He
doesn't
doesn't even
No,
probably
he
know who
doesn't
that
care.
is.
He probably doesn't even know he tweeted it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That dude shows very little emotion.
Yeah.
All he cares about is winning.
I still love Kawhi's laugh.
Yeah, I just watched that
Did you
not
see
too
his
long
after
ago.
the game interview?
No.
Was it weird?
It was pretty. He's not a professional speaker, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, he's
And probably
very-
just as good as me, not very good. But his
Very awkward.
interview was absolutely terrible. I mean, it wasn't. He was sort of tearing up too. Do you tear up to get in the conference finals?
Apparently, he does.
I would say so. That's actually something. Discuss it. Do you think it is? My opinion first. I would say overall no. You got to the conference finals. Hey, awesome job.
Yeah.
But the reason I'm accepting it is because the stage he took to get there,
Yeah.
of him, the injuries or personal issues, whatever, not playing the year before in San Antonio,
Yeah.
and now you just carried a city that needed this conference
True.
appearance. So I understand.
I feel like so the big issues that'll come, not even issues, big topics that'll come out tomorrow is that Joel Embiid pretty much broke down crying, and Kawhi was tearing up. For Joel Embiid, I don't get it. Obviously, he's very competitive. You make millions of dollars. This is your career. It's not over. You're coming back next year. You're going to make another couple million. But yes, I get it that you're competitive. In Kawhi's case, this, like I said before, this is his revenge season. Like, after everything getting traded, pretty much San Antonio just being like, oh yeah, DeMar DeRozan's a better player than you. We want him more than you. And in the end, Kawhi hits that shot at the end to kind of just be like, you know, I'm here. I'm here to stay.
Yeah.
I'm better. And you guys shouldn't have traded me. So
Yeah,
What do you think about? I disagree with the Embiid thing. What do you think about him crying? Just overall. So basically,
I guess I don't agree with it because he's been to that stage. He's won a championship with Spurs, so he's
but he didn't do anything.
Sure, he did. He played
They have a-
exceptional
Wait,
defense.
who are you talking
Ton
about?
of experience.
Kawhi
No, I'm
would.
talking about Embiid.
Oh,
Embiid crying.
Oh, okay. So
Embiid.
we're going to do
Oh,
that one first,
oh,
and then we'll
oh,
do
so-
was crying after.
Embiid at crying. I agree with that. That's a tough way to go out.
Yeah. So
That is you lose on a buzzer beater, Game 7 to go to the Eastern Conference Finals.
I'll tell you what.
I don't get the crying.
I'll
though.
tell
You
you
can be
why.
upset.
I'll tell you why this is completely okay, and you'll by the end of next year you'll see why. His career is in stake, whatever you say. He may not play another full year in his life, I think, because look at how many games he missed this year. The end of this year, he was either battling an illness, an infection, an injury.
Yeah.
He's huge, and he's one of the best big guys that has ever played. I
Mhm.
would say if he can continue a career, which he's not going to play years like that,
Yeah.
but in his prime, he's unstoppable. I honestly think he knows he's going to be done really quick.
I would agree.
Like, I would say a couple of years quick.
I mean,
Something's up.
I don't know if this really doesn't have anything to do with it, but look at the foreign players who the NBA has had, big men especially, Yao Ming. His career got cut short because of injury. A lot of guys do.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know if it has anything to do with it that he came from another country, but his lifestyle was different, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you said he's a big man.
Yeah. I mean, that's a big, being big obviously is.
But I mean, going back to it, I mean, definitely
We'll have to see
His
what
emotion-
happens with him.
his emotions like that. I think that's totally fine.
What are
You
your,
just
I think he
lost.
does work hard too. He's competitive. He works hard.
Alec, what are your
Yeah.
thoughts on Kawhi tearing up?
I think it's a joke. I guess I would want to know why. Is he crying because he just made it to the Eastern Conference Finals? Because congratulations, buddy, but you're gonna lose.
I don't think that's it. I think it's more about the things that he's been through in this past, year, and it kind of just being all those emotions coming out. Like you have to look into these. They take their families and move them to a new place. They basically start a new life, and San Antonio kind of just disregarded them, and we're just like, yeah, we don't want you.
Let me ask you this: if Toronto wins it all this year,
They won't.
let's just say they do.
Okay.
What if Kawhi does not come back?
If Toronto wins, you said.
Yeah,
They win it all.
If they win, yeah, he's coming back.
you
He's
think
gotta
so?
come back.
100%.
Yeah, I mean,
To the dude who just bought his house in LA.
I honestly think
Well,
he's gonna want to be the head of the city.
the house in LA is for after the season. He doesn't. Toronto is like Wisconsin. It gets cold. There's bad weather.
There's
in-
no fun in Toronto.
In LA,
Oh, I'm sure there is.
hey,
Come on
it's
now.
always nice.
Talking about Drake.
So that's why, like, everybody's like, "Oh, well, he bought a house in LA. Is he going to the Clippers or Lakers?" No, he bought a house in LA because there's great weather. There's smoking hot chicks. Like Toronto, it's like we might get snowed in today. We might not.
Yeah.
So,
I don't really think Drake sits in Toronto either.
No,
Probably
no.
changes clothes.
Definitely
in the
not.
US, different
He's got, like,
cities.
12 houses.
So I guess to the main point
Yeah.
here. Raptors, Bucks, Warriors, Blazers.
Yeah.
Insane by the Blazers as well. You know, we just sort of
Yeah.
left that out. I honestly would say though, Warriors 4-1 series. 4-1. Is that what you had? Too?
Golden State 4-1.
4-1.
They have so much talent, and like bold prediction, but they're honestly Durant's gonna be back.
I think the Nuggets would have gave him a tougher time.
Oh,
because of
absolutely.
Jokic.
Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly.
The Warriors probably celebrated like they won the finals when the Portland Trailblazers won today.
All
Because
I
they
got-
really don't have a big man.
Yeah,
And either
it's
dude.
gonna be
Guards on guards. That's
yeah.
a lot of shooting.
All I gotta say is, congrats to Portland though.
Mm-hmm.
Losing
they
Nurkic.
finally did it.
Well, they lost Nurkic
Yeah.
too, and they still made it this far. It's like, how does this affect the team now? For
Playoffs are a
next-
different
next
animal.
year?
And this is Lillard's multiple trip to the playoffs. He's finally
Yeah.
comfortable.
Yeah, I'm anxious. They need one more guy on their team, and the Blazers could be extremely good.
Yeah.
Apparently, do you know who Anastasia is?
No.
It's Brett's car. He said he's
okay.
not putting. He's like, love you guys, but I'm not putting bumper stickers on Anastasia.
Yeah, you can't do that. Yeah, Anastasia
He's like, no, I
is
know.
a great car.
Her body is fine just the way it is.
But yeah, so I got Golden State winning 4-1. I have the Bucks. As much as I love the Bucks, I have them going 7 games.
Yeah.
I
I was going to say that too.
I think it's gonna
6
be
or 7.
tough. It is gonna be a really good series.
It's gonna be hard.
Kawhi's gonna have to play his best defense he's ever played. Siakam, it's
Siakam
gonna be
guarding
so good.
Giannis.
I can see that game getting chippy.
Oh yeah,
I really can.
it will.
Just because
Yeah.
just because Toronto's a veteran team and maybe they think they can get under the young Bucks skins.
It's gonna be tough for the big men of Milwaukee to guard the big men of Toronto because the big men in Toronto are very good scorers. You got Marc Gasol, you got Pascal Siakam, and then off the bench you got Ibaka,
Yeah.
who started for
Yeah.
the majority of the year. It's like the Bucks got Brook Lopez, Mirotic,
Mirotic,
He's
Ursan.
starting. He's been
yeah,
starting.
Ursan. Like, I didn't see them play very good defense in the playoffs so far. Maybe things. Yeah, Coach Bud's a great coach. That's why I'm very, positive thinking that he's gonna scheme something up that's gonna, work. So, but I don't know. What do you guys think?
I want the Bucks to win, just so I can go to the championship when they play the finals and they play the Warriors. I'm going.
That would be insane.
You do that.
It is gonna be insane.
That's a once in a
That is
lifetime
gonna be
thing.
a great. The thing is, no one. So Katie's out. I would assume Katie's still gonna be out during the finals.
I think he'll be back in.
Did
the
they
next
ever-
series.
Did they ever-
I don't know about that?
Clarify his injury.
They never actually completely clarified it. No, but Draymond's a good defender, but he's just not the matchup for Giannis.
Oh, he'll get
Kevon
he'll get
Looney
teed out of the
Kevon
game.
Looney will
Kevon Looney would
play
be
a big role in that
Yeah.
game.
Mhm.
DraftKings.
Would they put Iggy on
Given
him? Or is he too small?
Iggy would. Let's put it like this: they're sinking in. They're almost going to play like a zone man.
Yeah. Well, I've seen that a lot, too.
My worry is there's no one to guard Curry and Clay. Bledsoe and Middleton have not had great defense lately.
Yeah, and Brogdon, that's one thing I've noticed.
Yeah.
Even before his injury, guards can just blow by him on side to side, and he'll just kind of let it happen too.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, that's a big
they don't.
thing.
You're right though. They don't really have.
They did play good on
defending
Kyrie,
guards.
though.
Honestly-
Kyrie sort of shot himself in a way, too.
True.
Honestly, we're going to have to see how the first game goes because schemes play a big deal when, like, defensively. So, however the Bucks come up and line up, whoever they're guarding in game one, that's going to be a huge, key. I'm talking about the Bucks versus Toronto and how they line up because if they can't figure it out, Kawhi Leonard is going to go off because guard defense for the Bucks right now is not the greatest. So I don't know who's going to guard Kawhi.
That's the thing. Giannis has been guarding all bad people in the entire playoffs.
Toronto's got a solid five players. The Bucks have had a great bench. I would honestly say Pat Connaughton on Kawhi.
I feel like he'd get used.
Well, let's put it like this. Can anyone guard Kawhi, really?
No. But you can
try.
contain, not let him absolutely go off. You can contain him.
Yeah,
Like how
it's
the
just like
Celtics
Giannis,
did
right?
To Giannis. The
Yeah.
Celtics did it to Giannis.
It's going to have to be Middleton. They aren't going to... Yeah, it's going to have to
They're
be
gonna want to put
Middleton's not gonna
Giannis
guard
on
Siakam.
Siakam.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
He has to guard Siakam because
Size on
Siakam takes it
size.
off the dribble
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
They're kind of similar.
Yeah.
They are.
I guess it comes down to what's going to happen in the conference finals, and we'll see who meets in the finals.
I'm saying it's
I'm excited.
Golden State, and
Golden
then
State
it's going to
Bucks.
be. I'm going to say it's Golden State Bucks, but
Yeah, I think
it's going to come down.
I think
to
that was an
game
early
That's what we said,
prediction.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to come down to Game 7 between Toronto and the Bucks.
You think
that's
so?
That's going to be the winner.
Okay.
I'm gonna say in 6. Bucks in 6.
I think that's fair. I think the Bucks take it.
I think-
it's tough though. They got to play
I honestly-
out of their mind. They got to play great. They have
think
to play great.
The biggest key for Toronto, and this might sound dumb, is Kyle Lowry.
Yeah, he's been absolute trash. Absolute trash.
Yeah, I think Bledsoe is kind of finding it now.
Let's put it like this: Bledsoe is definitely going to play better this
Oh,
year.
yeah.
He has to play better.
If he doesn't, the Bucks will lose very quick.
Yeah.
If they
George
can,
Hill
if they
plays
if they can just focus on
George
keeping Lowry doing terrible,
Yeah.
that's gonna bring down their morale as
Or-
a team too.
Yeah.
Or you could play like
put more
Bo
pressure
in
on
2K.
Kawhi.
You could play like Bo in 2K and just put Tony Snell on Kawhi Leonard.
Tony Allen. Tony Allen.
No, whenever he plays with the Bucks,
Oh,
Tony
okay.
Snell will guard the best player.
Because he's long, that's all he's good at is defense.
So
All right, so this topic, let's get into this one
this one will go on
because
for
we
a
took
little
a bit. This one's gonna be really fun. We didn't even tell each other. So this is NFL bold predictions
Yeah.
of the 2019 season. It can be anything. It
I
can
got
be
some
teams'
out there
records,
ones.
players, coaches, someone punching someone. I don't know. I mean,
Yikes!
it can be anything. Bold predictions. Do you want me to start it off? Because I think I got the
Start
best
it off.
one.
I bet you don't, but start it off. Oh, jeez.
Like shot? No, I won't.
I swear to God, if you tell me the Lions are gonna be in the
Shut
Super
up.
Bowl,
Okay. How about this?
Lions win the division.
Read number 1. I didn't finish.
I would
writing
never.
it.
I would never think that you would say this.
putting a lot of pressure on Kyle's
Okay.
reading
He
skills
just
here.
said the Packers are going to win the Super Bowl if their
Offense it does good. Because I'll tell you what, Rodgers is Rodgers. Devontae Adams is still there. They find the running game finally.
They got a.
They have the best defense that they've had in 20 years.
You got to see how those guys show up, though.
It still, you put those guys, you got to play good. I mean, you got solid linebacker. You got great linebackers actually now with bringing 2 great ones in.
There's going to be a lot of stress this year.
Corners
especially
are
on
going to
me.
be questionable. Corners are going to be questionable.
Yeah.
But I would definitely take the Packers in the Super Bowl. I wonder what the odds for them are winning.
Should we put
Because
some
I
on
would
it?
put some money on it. I would. It's going to come down to how their offense plays.
Yeah.
Obviously, that's a big thing, but that's my number 1. What do you got?
I don't really have a number one, but I guess the most surprising one probably to me, you guys would probably think it's something else to have written down, but the downfall of Brady. Brady declines starting this year.
That's what you said. Oh, no, yikes. Here we go again.
Everyone thought that during the season last year, and
No,
then
I
he ends
told
up
you
winning
that.
a Super Bowl again.
I didn't say that during the season last year.
You said it before the Super Bowl. This is where Brady goes downhill after he
Something-
loses a Super Bowl.
Something would
That was out of excitement because my Rams are playing the Super Bowl,
something
but
would drastically have to happen in that organization, which it just did
yes, it
for it to
did.
happen. So I'm not 100% against it, but Belichick's still there and Brady's still there, so I got a hard time seeing it. Now, what I got is my old favorite team, the Giants, will basically be a mess this year.
Thank God you said
They
that.
have been a mess.
No, it's going to be
I don't say that's a bold prediction.
it's going to be bad, and then Pat Shermer is going to get fired after his first season. This is absolutely going to be terrible
I
for the
don't
Giants
know.
this year.
I mean, you still have Saquon.
They're
Yeah,
going to do
Saquon.
the whole quarterback thing again. Eli's going to play a couple games, not do good. They're going to put the rookie in. He's not going to do good.
Is Eli going to be done then after this year?
No,
Jeez.
I don't think so. I honestly don't think Eli is going to be done, but he's just going to keep. He's got about 1 or 2 more seasons, and the Giants are going to be,
Oh, he's got
Just
a
a mess.
-5. He should have been done 5 years ago.
based on his performance, yes, but
Jeez, based on his performance after they won the Super Bowl, he wasn't even good. I don't think he was ever good.
so you just called a
Ever.
quarterback that won a Super Bowl
I don't think he was
trash.
ever good. I don't.
Hasn't he won it?
If it wasn't
more
for
than once?
David Tyree making an amazing catch for them to,
Yeah.
get there.
Who threw the ball? Oh,
That's true.
Eli.
Yeah, who threw it? A
Yeah.
terrible pass.
Eli threw it.
Okay, so is it my turn for the next
It's
one?
your turn for your next one.
I'm going to skip over one of these to go down to the next one. We covered this in another episode. Fantasy football, top 10 receivers. Antonio Brown doesn't make the list.
That's funny because on one of mine, I have him finishing in the top 5 wide receiver stats.
Not top 10.
So is it on me now? Like for
It's
my
not-
final,
it's
my
not
final
top 10.
decision, he won't make top 10.
I don't care what you guys say. I don't care.
I can't wait till
I don't
he
care.
He was like this happens every year. You get a player that comes out and thinks that they're, God's gift to earth. And
He
they don't
is
he
NFL's
not,
God's gift of earth at wide receiver.
but he is not that guy.
I don't
You're
think
telling
so
no.
anymore.
I think I'm gonna call bull on that because when AB was in his prime with the Steelers, you loved him.
Prime. That's what without Juju. Juju is a great receiver. And guess what? Now he's on the Raiders, which I absolutely hate, with Derek Carr. I absolutely hate.
He's gonna make Derek Carr look
His stock
better.
is going. I can't wait to the end of the season.
Okay.
Hey, how about this? You pick him first overall and stick behind that bet. Deal?
What are we betting then?
No, whoever finishes higher. You just stick behind that bet that you just put out. You pick him first overall.
I would go. I would. I would put money and say he's not top 10.
He won't be.
I
Overall
love all the
stats,
haters, and so
overall
does the Raiders.
stats.
Yeah. I actually have another guy from the
What do you
Raiders
got
that's
for
gonna be
another
better.
one?
Hawkinson wins Rookie of the Year.
I love you. I got Hawkinson is a top 5 tight end in fantasy this year.
No.
I see
Okay,
him.
you
Listen.
Name people right now who's going to be above him.
He's definitely going to be the number 2 receiver for the Lions in stats at the end of the year. If he falls ahead of your guys' top wide receiver, it wouldn't shock me.
Yeah.
Just because of Stafford's playing style. And earlier on in the career when he had Kelvin, they just threw it along all the way down the field. I think they're going to do a bunch of dump offs to him at the tight end.
I mean, he's like a Gronk. He can catch big catches too. So
I'll put it on Twitter. I'll put my list on Twitter.
So no, I mean right now, just name 5. So Travis Kelce, Zach Ertz if he's healthy, George Kittle and Ebron. Okay, let's put it like this. I don't think Ebron's gonna have another great year like he did. Ebron.
Here's
has
a bold
talent.
prediction that I didn't even put down. Jimmy Graham.
You never know.
They gotta find so much more than their tight end.
Yeah, Devontae Adams. You
I'm-
just said that the Packers, if their offense shows up, which last year they did not, and they had a solid tight end, Jimmy Graham will be top 5 tight end this year. So,
I mean, can he be the top 5 tight end?
Yeah.
Yes, I would say. But I would definitely say Hawkinson.
I would just say no, just because he's on his deathbed in the NFL.
He is definitely. Last year's stats were absolutely.
yes,
Terrible.
and the whole offense was terrible, though.
Correct.
So, what if that prediction comes true, which I think it could, that you made about the Packers going to the Super Bowl? It's like when they had Finley. They used him a ton at tight end. I think if, they're going to make it back to the Super Bowl, Jimmy Graham's going to be a huge key. But I get with everything that we're saying, it's honestly, we have to see what happens.
And all of this depends on injuries and stuff like
But,
that too.
For me, I'm not taking Hawkinson top 5 tight ends for fantasy.
Just because we're getting close on time here,
Yeah.
I got probably like 4 more to say.
Sure.
So let's just say it, make like an ooh and an
Sure.
ah, and
Yeah.
then go to the next one. So let's take turns. Go.
Okay, here's the one that I had. Josh Jacobs, 1,000 plus rushing yards.
Now I can see that because of AB.
You guys are finally paying attention.
Well, no, they're going to take away
Okay.
AB.
Next, I don't
Okay.
want to argue with this not top 10.
And that's why he's going to be in the top 5, because they're going to have a really good running game.
Number 1 running
You guys
back.
are going to hate my first
Number
one.
1 fantasy running back to take this year in points total. If you do PPR, Christian McCaffrey.
I agree.
I agree to a point,
Bump up.
and I was going to look. I did look at. They do have a tough schedule this year.
He just gets so many touches.
AFC Championship game: Colts versus the Browns.
Yeah. Baker.
Look at how you guys
Hey,
looked at each
This
other.
one's gonna go into your Baker Mayfield top 10 quarterbacks in fantasy this year.
Oh, I would agree. Absolutely.
I'll get one. I'm quitting the show.
See ya.
Jesus. Seattle drops big time. I just have big time down.
Ooh.
Seattle's
They had a
gonna
lot
be
of things
garbage.
happen. Had a lot of things happen.
They have always been good no matter what, even with their terrible offense. So I think that's still a bold prediction.
NFC Championship game: Packers Rams.
I can see that. I'm not disagreeing with you there.
Kyler Murray flop.
Ooh.
Kyler Murray's garbage.
Ooh.
Huge flop.
Josh, I got right here. Josh Rosen MVP.
Take that one back, please.
I didn't have that.
Yeah,
White
thank you.
that out.
That's not even on there.
I got for real. Like one, I got 49ers are gonna take second in the NFC West. I think they got a chance to make the playoffs. Rising Jimmy Garoppolo.
I jotted that down as
Yeah.
well.
They got Jerick McKinnon and Tevin Coleman.
I
Now.
like it.
They're George Kittle, a couple of receivers.
The defense got better.
Defense got better.
I can see it.
They're definitely having a great year.
I always liked Jimmy G. I wanted to draft him high last year, and I'm grateful that I didn't because
Of
he
the
got
injury,
injured.
sure.
But I'd draft him. I'd draft him high this year.
Any other ones?
I said Packers win North at 12-4. Ravens get better by 1 game, finish 11-5.
Okay. That's it.
I don't
I
have
guess
any
one more off the top of my head. I didn't have this written down. I don't think the Saints are going to make the playoffs.
Oh, man.
Drew Brees is getting older. I think he could be the guy in the downfall.
So's Tom Brady.
Ingram is gone. It's going to be all in Kamara. Their defense is not good. Okay.
Yeah.
True.
I think they're the team.
Is the
to
Madden
drop as
curse real?
well. Mahomes.
The Chiefs better hope not.
Let's put it
Yeah.
like this. I'd be scared because he's a crazy animal with how he runs around.
Yeah.
And it's insane.
Yeah.
That's it basically for that. I like that last. It's like the rapid fire.
Yeah.
Rapid fire topics. Then we can't really argue. It's just like
Yeah.
say it and then
It's hard though. Like I'm gonna argue with you guys after the show is done.
No, you're not.
Go
About
upstairs.
this. See ya. I'll walk into your room.
You're watching Game of Thrones.
Oh, I am.
tonight.
Game of Thrones. Everybody tune in.
All right, next week we're at 1 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
Episode 9. 3 weeks from today is our first show. Live
Yeah.
show. 3
Yeah.
weeks. Got a lot of work
Crazy.
to do. But we'll see you guys there at Wilders June 2nd. Save the date. Don't forget.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us on
Thank you.
episode 8. Thank you. Your manners are insanely good.
Yeah. Thank you.